about the story of the band, please. How did you join the guys? Did you know them before?
Yes, I opened for Cinderella in 2006 with my band, the Gibbs brothers, and became friends with Eric. And eventually, Cinderella wasn't on tour, and I gave him a call and asked him if he would fill in for our bass player. So he did it for about a year, and then he went back to Cinderella, and I moved to Nashville a couple years ago, and always kept in touch with him. I called him up and wanted to know if he wanted to go out and do some things. So we did a couple acoustic shows, and I bumped into Jeff at a Music Cares benefit and asked him if he wanted to be a part of it. He said yes, and we went out and did a couple shows in Florida, and immediately we're on the Monsters of Rock, which was followed by almost a year of shows, and I think we're into maybe a year and a half of that as well.
Okay, and how do you feel playing with such legends of rock music?
You know, it's easy when you're a fan of the band. You know, I've played with a lot of people, and you know, a lot of them, you know, I dig their music, and you know, I'm a huge blues guitar guy. And when I went and seen Cinderella, I knew that, you know, that was kind of their bag, and Jeff and Tom both played that style that I liked. So I was pretty excited to ask Jeff to be a part of it, and the fact that he agreed to it, and you know, it feels good. I'm a fan, so it's nice.
Okay, have you thought about recording an album as a band? As for what I've seen, you haven't released any stuff.
We've talked about it several times. We have written together. The problem is we're touring all the time, so there's just been little time to get in the studio. But we've written a song together. He and Eric has written a song together, and I believe it is in our future.
Okay. The set list of your shows contains songs from both Cinderella and your solo stuff, right? Could you tell us about the music you write?
The music I write, I don't write about anything that I do not know about. You know, in Nashville, there's a lot of you know, storytelling and things. You know, I write strictly about what I know about and things I've seen, whether it be hanging out with country people that show me different things I've never seen, driving in a bass boat, all this stuff, or saying goodbye to your best friend for the last time. I always write about the stuff that I've seen, know about, and I try and keep it that way. And sometimes it holds me back a little bit, and sometimes it pushes me forward too. So that's my bag.
Okay, Jeff, Eric and Troy are well known here in Spain. I'm sorry to say that we hardly know you. Can you tell us about your likes and influences on music? Sorry, but it's true.
No, that's fine. No, I'm fine.
You know, I guess you could say I'm the kind of the new kid in this part, and I'm 29, and so a lot of their influences, their peers, I didn't get to grow up around. So I'm learning, you know, meeting new faces, you know, meeting their friends, people they grew up with. They're meeting some of my friends, people I work with, and you know, so I think that you know, we're not trying to replicate anyone's one band. I think the combination of my youth and their experience and things, just it kind of hits together on stage, and you can see it, you know.
Okay.
I don't know if that answers your question.
Like rookie of the, you're like rookie of the year.
Yeah, rookie of the year, right.
Okay, in the beginning of your career as a teenager, you had a blues band including your twin brother and also your father. You must admit that this is at least an uncommon fact. How did it feel like playing all together?
Great. You know, that's one of the things when the Gibbs brothers, the band I was in before, you know, we toured so much, and I never thought that I would be able to find a way to replace that feeling I had with an identical twin being in the band. And so that kind of, I actually decided to quit music at one point because it's like there's no way that I'll be able to find that again. And so, you know, it felt great, and it felt like family, and harmonies are always, you know, family harmonies are tight. They are. They're the same
like the Partridge Family.
Yeah, exactly. And so family harmonies are tight, and I found it again with my friends and working together, and it just breathed new life into music for me to get in a new band where it's not just, you know, it's not just one person singing, it's all of us kind of singing and throwing ideas, and two guitar players instead of one like my other band. So it's been refreshing.
Okay. Is your solo stuff blues-oriented, or does it sound modern?
I'm sorry?
I was wondering if your solo stuff is blues-oriented or it sounds more modern.
You know, the producer that I use, he kind of grew up with me, and he's really great at producing pop records, and so he pulls me into the pop, you know, realm of things, and so I bring a lot of blues and a lot of things, and he's like, yeah, but do you want it to be really kind of more on the radio? And once I say yes, he really takes me in that direction. So this town, for instance, I was just thinking, you know, straight up blues, and he's like, yeah, let's add some drum loops and stuff in it, and so it's kind of poppy now, I would say, and that's kind of my goal. You know, I don't want to repeat anything I did in the past. There's a reason that it's in the past, and I want to do new things.
Coming from my background, I listen to his music, and I think it's modern rock. It's totally really good modern rock, but he's a blues player. The same as Cinderella was 80s, what you now call hair band. We were all blues players, so it's the blues influence is there, but the style, I believe, is more modern.
Okay.
That was an outside opinion.